into things that are illegal, and then they say, oh, you're QAnon and this and that. Again, I don't know if everything QAnon says is true or not, but why have they demonized a group that's fighting against child abuse? There certainly are cults that believe these types of things that QAnon claims. The only question is who is involved. This is not the only questions of the conspiracy theories are what point, who was involved. We're seeing this Ghislaine Maxwell case, how the media is covering it up. Because how much has been exposed from these people. So it's certainly you cannot be a vigilante when it comes to these types of issues, but these things have to be taken care of in a legal manner. But there is a lot of things that we know legally. There was a guy named Lawrence King, not Larry King from CNN, who was involved in a tremendous amount of child abuse, and I think there was some ritual abuse involved with that. This is known, true, historical facts, not conspiracy theories. Where do these things end? Where does what point do we? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about these things except, you can educate yourself and learn about the history of these things. But it's there's something fishy that there. Obviously we have to condemn anybody who would have a violent, if it's unfounded, if you don't know, it's based on theories, based on all these stories with the Pizzagate and this and that, to go in and to violently attack, that has to be condemned, and that's illegal as well. The same like the people who would bomb the abortion clinics has to be, back in the 80s and 90s, has to be condemned. But we have to get to the bottom of these things, and they don't, and they really haven't. They just say, oh look, this guy's an extremist. He attacked because it's unfounded, this and that, but they don't investigate because there's so much evidence that there is truth. And then when they finally do, and there's so much going on with this, how many people are listed with this Maxwell, with Epstein, and who knows what else is going on beyond these things, and it all gets covered up. It all gets, meaning even the ones that are getting, prosecuted. I mean, again, did Epstein really commit suicide? Did all these other questions, right? And so these things, deserve to see the light of day. But again, this whole abortion industry, I'm not saying every person who's involved in it, I'm saying what's at the core of this? Why is it treated like a sacrament? Perhaps it is a sacrament to them. Perhaps it is a part of a cult religious thing. And so again, when it comes to these, beliefs, we can't make beliefs illegal. But just like we said with this 5%er guy who massacred a bunch of people with his car, right? We can't make the 5%ers beliefs illegal, but murdering people with your car is terrorism. It's a crime. We can't make the Hindu beliefs that if a widow should give her life illegal, but we can certainly make killing the widows illegal. And so too, if people belong to these dangerous cults and so forth, all right, they can believe what they want, but we cannot let them murder, in the name of their religion. We can believe, just like we believe in our religion, that someone who violates the Sabbath or does other sins is liable to the death penalty. Okay, doesn't mean we administer it, right? First of all, even in our religion, we're not allowed to. It has to be done through the proper courts of law. And so too, a Muslim can believe that that an infidel deserves to die, but he can't do it. He can't kill someone. So that's what we have to, this is, and so too the same thing here. A lot of these people, they say it's a choice. It's not about a choice. There's a lot of brainwashing going on in the world. It's not just the black community. It's all these communities. They've been brainwashed into a lot of these things, and they think that it's a choice. Well, a lot of it has to do with a lot of these cults, the Molech worship, all of these other things, which even some people that might be identified as being on the right also might be involved with. You have these Bohemian Grove and things where they actually, that's their, they do engage in worship of Molech, and there are people both on the left and on the right involved in these groups. And what's that all about? What's the history of that? What's going on here? I think that it's important to be educated in order that we can on our own fight these things in a legal way, and at least make sure that people aren't being murdered. That people, that's what it really has to come down to, and expose whether it's a cult behavior or it's a race, the systematic racist behavior. Either way, it all has to be exposed. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let's hope that we have like we say, that we could be worthy to two tables, that not only can Roe versus Wade be overturned and the choices be sent back to the states, as the 10th Amendment gives us, but also that the the republic be maintained, and that we don't have the court packing, and that we get our country back next year. We can, in the election next year, the Republicans should win, and President Trump should be made the Speaker of the House, and they should impeach and convict these criminals, Biden, if he's still there, and Harris, get rid of them, or whoever else they might put in, because now they're talking about putting Harris on the Supreme Court. Could you imagine the backlash if instead of picking these relative moderates that President Trump put on the Supreme Court, if he would have put Ben Shapiro, or he would have put Mark Levin, who were both highly qualified to be on the Supreme Court, if he would have put them on the Supreme Court, can you imagine the backlash from the left we would have had? And yet the Democrats are talking about putting Kamala Harris, who has no qualifications at all to do anything, on the Supreme Court, meaning Barack Obama, as much as I would disagree, he at least has some qualifications to be on the Supreme Court. He wouldn't, I wouldn't agree with him, but, he is, like Sotomayor, like the other people who Obama appointed to the court, he himself is such a person, but, so they want to put Obama on the court, put Obama on the court, right? But no, they want to put Kamala Harris on the court. Why? Because they want to get rid of her and get another vice president, and this and that. Like, what is going on here? And they're really talking about this. And but can you imagine if they would have, if President Trump had put Candace Owens in the Supreme Court, and she would be a lot more, even though she doesn't have the qualifications, she would be a lot better Supreme Court justice than Obama or Kamala Harris or anything else, But she's not a lawyer like Ben Shapiro or Mark Levin. But You don't have to be a lawyer to be on the Supreme Court, whatever it is. So it's very complicated. It's a crazy world we live in. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment. We'll see you later, people.